Let's take a look at the grain harvester here with the invention of the steam tractors. Then there was a power plant in the field that would run a harvester such as this. This long neck out here would go alongside the derrick table, and you would hand pitch, by pitchfork, you would pitch the bundles into the long neck, which brought it into the thresher, and it would harvest the grain and separate it from the straw. Out the back, we have a large blower that distributed all the straw into a large pile. And the straw was kept in piles for feed when it came to the winter feeding of the animals. On the back of the harvester, we have where the harvested grain is delivered and put into burlap bags. So we attach bags onto this frame, and here we have a diverter up here. So you move it this way, you divert the grain into this bag, and when the bag is full, you move the diverter, put the grain in this bag. This sack comes off, and you hand it to the sack sewer, which would sew up the sack and deliver it to be put on the grain pile. A new sack would be placed here. When this sack was full, then you'd flip the diverter, put the grain over here, take the sack off, and tie it. But the main important part of all this equipment, between the steam locomotive, the push header, you needed water. Lots of water for the livestock, and let's go take a look at the water wagon. Most farming operations in this time frame were at the late 1800s, the beginning of the 1900s. There would be large crews in the field. Each one of these operations would have at least 150 to 175 men. So the mules or horses would go out in the morning about between 8 o'clock and 9. They would be in the field and start to work. By 11 o'clock you had to shut down, get all the animals into the watering troughs, get all the men fed, get all the horses or mules reattached, and go back to harvesting for about 4 hours in the afternoon. But the main part of all this was the water wagon. The water wagon had to go from the field down the canyon into the nearest creek. Most of this was out of the Toucannon, the Touchy, the Walla Walla. This wagon would then back into the water, and they would pump the water out of the creek and fill up a water wagon, and then it would start its journey back to the field. Most operations of this size, where you'd have 150 men working, they would have to have at least 2 to 3 water wagons running to keep all the stock fed, keep the steam engine in water, and provide water for the men.